Hello everybody, today we are going to be talking about Skylanders that never made it into official Skylander games. Now these could just be scrap Skylanders, these could be Skylanders that were unreleased, these could be Skylanders from games that never came out, or these could be some Skylanders that did officially get toys, but were never sent out to the public. Our first character comes from the unreleased game Spyro's Kingdoms, which originally was going to be the first Skylanders game, but then got reworked into Skylander Spyro's Adventure. Now, this game originally was going to be a lot more darker than the original. It was going to have blood in it, and it was going to be for a 16-plus audience. Now, this is Cyclops Snail, which this is Cyclops Snail. This became Zap. This was originally going to be Zap. He was in the first Spyro's Kingdom thing. You could see him on the cover as well. But he did get scrapped. He did get a hat and Trap Team, though, which is pretty cool. This is Bomb Troll. He later became Boomer. But this guy, he was also from Spyro's Kingdom. Very, very similar to Boomer. Not much change. His name was Bomb Troll. That's really about it. This character is Fire Dragon. Originally, when they were doing Skylander Spyro's Kingdom, they didn't have Spyro as a playable character. They wanted him to be the NPC. So, what they did was made Fire Dragon, which was going to kind of play like him. But after Activision decided that Spyro needed to be a playable character, they replaced Fire Dragon with Spyro. So, unfortunately, he is not in any game codes for Skylander Spyro's Adventure, although his model, I believe, is in this game and is also in Giants. Next up, we have all the characters that were unreleased for Spyro's Adventure, so the first one's gonna be... The first character we have from Skylander Spyro's Adventure is Sun Dragon. Now, this character did become Camo later on, but his design was different. In fact, if you look at the first Skylander Spyro's Adventure trailer ever released, you can see the fact that Sun Dragon is in the trailer. But he did get replaced by Camo. They pretty much look the same, and I understand why they did it, so yeah. This is Harold. Now, you might recognize him as the NPC from Skylanders, the Skylanders level Empire of Ice. But what you might not notice, or what you might have noticed, is that there's a Double Trouble right beside him. Now, if you're wondering why there is a Double Trouble beside him, that is because that he was originally going to be Double Trouble, but they decided that they didn't like his design, so they made a new design, and then they made Harold an NPC for a level. And may I say, I do like the Empire of Ice level, but it is probably one of the... I like the Empire of Ice level, but it's probably my least favorite out of the 4 Adventure Pack levels. I'm sorry for the low-quality picture, but this is an unknown character. We don't know his name, but we do know that he was likely going to be whatever Stump Smash became. And this design was scrapped, probably because it was too scary for children. Because Ghost Roaster almost got scrapped because he was too scary for children. But yeah. Now we have the characters who were scrapped from Skylanders Giants. First up, we have Sniper. Now, he does look like just a normal troll, but he was found in the demos for Skylanders Giants, and he had a very, very realistic sniper gun. He was not too powerful, but there were a couple of glitches with him. He was a Magic Skylander, although we don't know if he was going to be a Magic Skylander because Magic Skylanders are the default option for Skylanders who aren't loaded into Giants, but yeah. This is Snapshot, or as he was originally known, Bullseye. Now, I know some of you are wondering, wait a minute, that isn't a Giants character, that's a Trap Team character. Yes, he originally came from Skylanders Giants, which is very intriguing. He's not the only Trap Team character to do this, because our next character also did this. This is Chop Chop Daddy. This was going to be Chop Chop's dad. Originally, he was going to be a magic giant, which seems kind of confusing since the fact that Chop Chop is an undead character and he's his son, but it doesn't make sense. But eventually, he did just become a Trap Team character, so yeah. These characters come from Skylander Swap Force. Now get ready, because these characters are pretty interesting. These free characters were scrapped from Skylander Swap Force because of the way that Swap Force was originally going to be made was they were going to be called shapeshifters, and you were going to be able to move their arms and their legs across every character. These 3 designs were made for that game, but they realized that would be too many parts and that children would lose all these parts and then they wouldn't be able to play the game. So they decided to make it much more simpler with only 2 swapping parts. Next game, we're going to be talking about Skylanders Trap Team. These are some of the scrapped characters from this game. This is Series 4 Cinder. Now, this is the only scrap Skylander from this game, to my knowledge. But, yeah, it would have been really cool if we had another Series 4 other than just Gil Grunt, because we have a lot of Gil Grunts. We don't need that many Gil Grunts. But, yeah, it would have been cool. I wonder if they would have done any other Series 4. Probably Series 4 Spyro and maybe Series 4 Stealth Elf. But, to my knowledge, this is the only scrapped character from Trap Team that I could find. The next game we have on our list is Skylanders Superchargers. Again, there aren't many scrap Skylanders from this game. I could only find 1 character. This unreleased fellow, who never had a name, and we only have this piece of artwork, is the only scrapped character I could find for this game. We don't know what his moveset would be. He would have been in the water element, probably, based off his design. But it's a shame, because I actually really do like this design. But on to Imaginators. Next game we have on the list is Skylanders Imaginators. I only found a couple characters from this game, but here we go. Heartbreaker Buckshot was a Valentine's variant of Buckshot. Now, he did get scrapped because he was, quote, too evil looking for a children's game. Which, I mean, I understand. They gave him red eyes and stuff. But it still would have been really cool. I think he's the closest Skylander to being released, because he had figures made for him. And he did have a trailer, and he was seen in Toys for Bob's office. But, yeah. This is Happy Birthday Ben Starcast. This was made for Tom Brady's son after the Super Bowl, and there were only 10 figures of his made. Now, his packaging does show that he shows up as an in-game variant, but when you play as him, he doesn't. This is a very interesting case, because there were some figures made for him, but they were only given out to Ben and his friends. Yeah. Now, these 3 guys were unreleased Skylanders planned for Imaginators 2, which was going to be a DLC for the original Imaginators game, but unfortunately it never got finished, and these guys were found in the source code of the Crash Bandicoot trilogy reboot. These guys have a very cool design. It would have been very fun to play with them, especially the Firewolf one with the axe and the hockey player undead character. But yeah. So that was all the scrap Skylanders I could find. If you guys know about any others, please leave a comment. If you guys have anything you'd like to suggest for future videos ideas, please leave it in the comments below. Subscribe.